Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about a couple of Osights. Now, we have the Osight X and we have the Osight S. Now, real quick, the Osight X is just a revision on the original Osight, a little slimmer profile, still RMR footprint, just a little bit, little upgrades here and there just to make it a little bit better. The Osight S, however, is all new platform. This is an enclosed RMSC shield footprint size optic, about the same size as the Holosun EPS carry and a direct competitor to that sight, being that it is one of the only small RMSC enclosed dots at a reasonable price point. So we're going to take a look at both of these today, put them on a few pistols, shoot them a little bit, and see what we think. So let's get it. All right, guys, so we're not going to do a full traditional unboxing, but we are just going to talk about these real quick. So since the X is just a revision of the one I already did a review on not that long ago, we'll go ahead and do that one second. But first, we'll jump into the Osight S, which is that RMSC shield footprint sized optic. Now, you got your little, cheat sheet here, little proud messages and all that stuff. Cool. Anyway, so same thing that you get with the original. You get the cover, which is magnetic and charges it. It's going to be hard to see on camera, but this one's got 25% battery life right now, straight out of the box. And then here is that Osight. So like I said, very similar in size to the EPS carry. I actually have an EPS carry here with me. That is my primary weapon. So it's unloaded, no mag, all good. So here is the size comparison with the EPS carry. So very, very similar, similar window sizes. Looks like the Holosun is a bit beefier in the borders. The Olight is a little thinner. So that is maybe a concern if you were to drop this thing, how duty rated it may be. Might not be as shock resistant as the Holosun, just looking at the housing itself. But that also means that this is a little bit lighter weight. So, is what it is. Glass size, the Osight seems to be just a bit larger, and that's due to this housing on the Holosun being a lot thicker. So, yeah. Only difference between the two being is, well, one, this is magnetic charging, doesn't have a battery, and the Holosun has a side loading battery there. Both enclosed, both about a very similar size. Both have their brightness adjustment on the left-hand side. Yeah, really, really close comparison there. So a lot of people who are looking at the EPS carry might be looking at the Osight S. All right. Anyway, back to the Osight S. So that's how that works there. So you slap that cover on, and that's what charges your battery. This thing on a full charge can charge your optic up to 3 times on a single battery life. That's if this cover is at 100%. So not too bad. So these Osights, they come with all your accessories. So your tool, charging cable, little lanyard, all that stuff. Little carrying pouch here, and then it's got all your screws. All right, so you got these nice little cases, and these cases have pretty much every screw option you could need depending on your slide. All right, so you got all your screw sizes here for all your standard configurations. So that's pretty cool. I do like that they include that. All right, guys, so we got a few different configurations here. So this is a multi-reticle optic. So you have your donut with a dot in the middle, just your standard dot, and then just your donut, depending on which you want to run. So it gives you approximations on how long it'll run. This is with a full 100% brightness. This is how long it could last: 20,000 hours with the donut and the dot, 21,900 hours with just the dot, and 20,000 hours with just the donut. So, take that for what it's worth. Those are approximate depending on the best conditions out there. The main body is made out of plastic and 6061 aluminum, and then the weight on that thing is 1.16 ounces, so pretty lightweight. Is USB-C for the charging, and again, it does include that cable in case you were wondering about that. All right, so the reticle options, they are a 2 MOA circle or sorry, the 2 MOA dot, and then the 32 MOA circle with or without the dot. So 2 MOA is pretty precision. I would like to see a 5-6 MOA option for more EDC, quick target acquisition. 2 MOA is a very fine dot, so you're going to be very accurate with it, but it is a little bit harder to pick up that finer dot in, you know, EDC shit hits the fan type situations where you're trying to get a quick target acquisition. That's just a personal preference of mine. 5-6 MOA is what I prefer for a everyday carry setup. All right, so same thing. This one is a multi-reticle dot. This one has a 3 MOA dot and a 32 MOA circle, so a little bit bigger dot. The S has a 2 MOA dot. This one has a 3 MOA. Again, I would like to see more options with a 5 or 6 MOA, just because I like a little bit bigger dot for faster target acquisition for self-defense EDC purposes. That's a personal preference of mine, but I'm the one doing the review, so that's why I'm going to give you my personal preference. So nothing different from the S as far as what comes in the box, all your screws, charger cable, tool, all that stuff. So we're not going to waste our time talking about all of it. We're going to go ahead and mount this thing up, and then we'll get to shooting these bad boys. All right, so here's the X mounted up, and here is the S mounted up. Covers off, looks pretty good. Can't beat it. Nice small little package. Fits nice and flush, sits low, positive, negative, all that good stuff that we want to see on our dots. Nice EPS carry size. I think this is going to work out pretty well. It looks good sitting here on the Taurus. And yeah, I really can't say too much about it yet. We're going to shoot this thing, see how it goes. But overall, I'm really liking the size and the footprint here on the Osight S. Good feel on the buttons here. Positive, negative. Like I said, that battery indicator is right there in between the two. Cover goes on, charges it, keeps it nice. All right, so the X, RMR footprint again. Cover fits really good, looks good, sits pretty high, but that gives you a nice big window. Dot, nice and visible. With the upgraded improvement, this cover doesn't interfere with the rear sights like the last one I had did, so they did make that a lot slimmer and improved it, so it fits on there nice and easy. Again, certain slides with the way they're cut, they interfere with sights, but not an issue this time around, so I really like that they upgraded that, because that was one of my main criticisms on the original Osight 3, is that that got in the way and it pretty much blocked me. So let's get to shooting these things. So obviously the steel speaks for itself. You hear it ding or you don't. A little harder with 22, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so we're just gonna plink around with the Osight X, see how she do. Great stuff. All right, guys, so these are both empty, no mags inserted. Overall, I think the Osight S and the Osight X are pretty decent. Now, would I say I would trust my life to them? I mean, probably not. I'm a little bit old school. I feel like rechargeable is great. It's very convenient, but when crap goes down, might be a little bit better to have a battery that I know I can replace, that I know I can have extras in the event I didn't have power to be able to charge it. I can always have, you know, 5, 6, 7 of those little watch batteries in my bag. Doesn't add any weight, and I can still do what I need to do. That being said, I mean, if you're just going to the range, shooting around, having fun, you're going to have it in a nightstand at the house. Chargers are going to be available. You're going to be fine. I'm just kind of one of those what if people. So, yeah, I think they're pretty decent. I don't mind them at all. A lot of, I know Olight sometimes gets a decent amount of hate, and, rightfully so for certain products, but I think the Osight is pretty decent for what it is. Now, like I said, bed gun at the house, planking on the range, cool. If it's something that I'm going to carry EDC, trust my life to, probably not the choice for me. Not saying that people shouldn't or can't. Just for me personally, not something that I'd be willing to do. But I look forward to seeing how these things do long term, whether it's with me or if I end up getting rid of these things. I don't know. But as as more and more people pick these up, I look forward to seeing more YouTube reviews about a year or two from now and seeing how they're holding up and how they're doing. And if that rechargeable battery, if they're noticing any shorter life as that time goes on. Kind of the same thing with our phones, laptops, all of our other electronics that are rechargeable. At a certain point, those batteries just don't last as long. And I'm curious to see, if these optics suffer the same fate. And if they do, how long do you actually have before you start noticing that drop in performance? So overall, Olight, I think you did very well with your Osight, especially the Osight S. I think the market needs a lot more of these RMSC footprint, small enclosed optics, kind of perfect for everything. Enclosed, keeps just that emitter clean, dry, mud, sand, snow, all that crap stays out, and still a small package for EDC and people who want to have, that little bit smaller footprint with an enclosed optic, if that's so what you choose to do. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think down in those comments, and appreciate y'all watching. Bye.